Hey everybody, welcome to Fantastic Comics Presents. We're gonna talk about some comic books that are coming out tomorrow and probably some other stuff. So wait around for these videos and I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Hey guys, what's up? It's David Nakayama coming to you live from San Diego Comic-Con on the very last day. Just a quick message for Fantastic Comics run by the amazing Yul Carter. Just wanted to say you guys are awesome. Thanks for stocking my books and for getting the word out there. Have a good one, guys.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
Jesus, I'm gonna hear from the boss tomorrow.
Oh, would you loosen up? You'd feel a hell of a lot better if you just rip into the occasional customer.
Why? I don't bother them and they don't bother me.
A liar. Tell me there aren't customers that annoy the piss out of you on a daily basis.
Wait! Hey, más! Hey! No.
So if you want to remember the comedy of the 90s today,
just call Candy Adams at Entertainment for Everyone Production.
So there you have it, Bob and David. They're available for weddings, parties, get-togethers, gang-ups, bat mitzvahs, whatever. They're very funny, but be warned, they are satirical. But don't worry, we have a lot of acts that don't use the F. Acts like Choo Choo, the herky-jerky dancer. Champion, the drinker. Peanut Butter, the dressed-up dog.
Sí.
I say we call Matlock. He'll find the culprit. It's probably that evil Gavin McLeod or George Goober Lindsay.
Grandpa, Matlock's not real.
Neither are my teeth, but I can still eat corn on the cob if someone cuts it off and smushes it into a fine paste. Now that's good eating.
Well, are you on the list or not? It's weird that whenever it comes up, you just tell everyone to relax.
I'm not telling everyone to relax. Relax, Dad!
Say, would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? They're a little melty, but damn are they exquisite. And if I remember correctly, you're a big pretzel fan.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, come on.
No,
They're
please.
awesome.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh.
Alan Pearl. Interesting. How do these people, where do they come from? You know, sure, I'd seen him around. It would never have occurred to me to walk up to the dentist and say, you know, are you interested in this? But I was shopping for my wife, Bonnie. I buy most of her clothes. And Mrs. Pearl was in the same shop. And it just was an accident. You know, we started talking about pantyhose. She was saying, whatever, that's not the point of the story, but what the point was that through this accidental meeting, it's like, you know, it's like a Hitchcock movie where, you know, you're thrown into a rubber bag and put in the trunk of a car. You find people. You find them. Something. Is it karma? Maybe. But we found him. That's the important thing. And I got Bonnie a wonderful pantsuit.
Arriba! Ride, caballero! Ride, amigo! Arriba!
I like this guy.
They're funny guys. Arriba! Just kill one of them.
All right, I'm turning the lights on. Okay, open them.
Oh, wow! Wow, what a swell place to work.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got the key, so I just come in, read comics, play music.
You worked here a long time?
Almost 4 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I know, but it's not so bad. I mean, I'm pretty friendly with most of the customers, so I just hang out, bullshit, read comic books.
A man drink like that and he don't eat, he is going to die.
When? This guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm registered in this class.
What class?
This is U.S. history. See the globe right there.
Really?
Hey, may I come in?
Oh, please. I get so lonely when I hear that 3rd attendance bell ring and all my kids are not here.
Sorry I'm late. It's just like this new schedule's totally confusing. Yeah, I know that, dude.
Mr. Spicoli.
That's the name they gave me. Hey, you're ripping my car.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
No problem at all. I think you know where the front office is.
You dick!
You have been most worthy prey, Mr. Samson. But now I must adieu. Wait, dude! What about Batman? You call yourself a Batman fan? He would never kill anybody. Seriously, ask yourself, what would Batman do? I have a confession, Hank. I only like the Batman because he has the best villains.
Rap artists, ventriloquists, blood has been shed, lives have been lost. Mr. Spencer, Killer Be Killed, Dingle, Professor Murder, Pickles, Mr. Barnett. What is it going to take to put an end to all this?
Why the fuck you like a bitch, Dingle? After this, I'm taking you suck my 8 inches of red.
Will you stop it? This is stop it. Come on, guys. Gentlemen. Puppets. Gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
Control your puppets, please.
So sorry.
Killer Be Killed. What is it going to take for people like you and Dingle to get along with the East Coast?
Look, I don't know, man. I mean, these guys got their fucking talking dolls and shit.
Questions, Professor Pickles?
What? I ain't no Professor Pickles.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't mess with the East Coast.
Look, I don't need you defending me, you howdy-doody looking motherfucker. I'm out of here, yo.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Man, step off.
All right, come out or I'll blast you out.
For shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun.
Elephant gun?
That's right, Doc. So why don't you go shoot yourself an elephant? You do, and I'll give you such a pinch!
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. Everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest songs and dances full of pep. We're gonna start with Hacha. Just watch this chorus steps.
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fantastic Comics Presents. This is a comic show on YouTube. One guy getting out there and is going to talk about comics. Why would you want to listen to me? If you don't know who I am,
my name is Yule Carter, comic book retailer in Berkeley, California.
That's right. I own Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California. I have since 2011. Bringing funny books to all of y'all out there in the East Bay. Best damn comic store in the East Bay. How's that? Sounds pretty good if you ask me. I think awards aside, I think it could be maintain that we're the best damn comic store there is. It's one man's opinion. You know, DNA said it. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about comics because, I know stuff about comics. I've been a fan all my life. I pretty much learned to read reading comics. I've progressed from comics since then. I bring something else to the table. I think that maybe other people don't, or at least not the way that other people do. And I am a comic store owner, currently a comic store owner. I didn't lose my store yet. I'm not complaining about things all the time yet. But last week I wasn't on. I just couldn't get up to want to do it. I had a bad day, and I didn't want to take it out on anybody, especially you. So this crappy episode is dedicated to last week, and I guess this week also. But man, oh man, are there a lot of comic books that are coming out, and I've got lots of pictures, and there's one that you might not know about at all, and I took some photos from my camera, my phone. Maybe it should be photos, something like that. But first, why don't we talk about the best comics of last week? I don't know anything about wrestling, guys. Sorry. All right, first up, it's not just one book, it's two books. I'm going to turn this off for some symmetry. Let me do this. Oh, actually, let me change that. That, if anybody wants to know, is me on the Thor, the guy wearing Thor in an LA hat, Rob Van Dam, and my common-law brother-in-law, Tyler. He's not my common-law brother-in-law then. Dork shilling for the company on an off day. I mean, seriously. But yeah, there you go. All right, let me change it back to normal. How do you do that? You edit avatar and you put, oh yeah, we'll do this one. All right. As I am the unknown comic retailer. All right, best of last week. We have two books. We have Cul-de-Sac #1 by Mike Carey and Jonathan Wayshak. I did not read this. I did not over-order it. I'm not a big fan of the company, or at least its prior business tactics. But it's a new world. It's a new year. Well, it's almost over. It's over half over. New company, kind of. They're being distributed now, and anybody can pick them up if they have an account with the distributor. And they had another book come out. So this is a 4-issue miniseries. I did not read it yet, but it looks really good. Nice paper. It's not quite newsprint, but almost. And then this one was actually in black and white. Dave Lapham he's doing the art, and Matt Kent is doing the writing of this 2-issue miniseries, The Hero Trade, Phase 1, Project Chimera. And I'm a big fan of both Lapham and Kent. And, even Mike Carey's done some good stuff in the past. So, bad idea. Bad idea to be doing 4 and 2-issue miniseries. I have no idea, but the creators are cool and always have been, even when I was not a fan of the company. So I still have at least one of these left, I think. So come on in and get those, or else I'm going to have to reorder. Coming up next, we have Uncanny X-Men. So part of what I was having problems with last week, now I feel like I should turn on the camera and turn this off. Part of the reason why I didn't come in last week and I was having such a crummy day on Tuesday was that my shipment wasn't going to be in on Monday. And this was Tuesday. And I still wasn't getting my shipment. And I had to have a long conversation with UPS. And I don't know if anybody ever tries to get a hold of anybody over at UPS, but it can be very difficult. And I don't know, I had some other phone calls like that I had to deal with. There was an order snafu that I made, which is going to be, it's going to cost me some money. And it's money you don't make. But it's really stupid to not be making that money. So I really blew it there. And everything was compounding on me. I just didn't want to do it. All right, coming in. So finally we got in our Marvel around Thursday, Friday. I can't remember, Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday it came in. And this, I got a lot of holds for it, and people were coming in and picking this up, but they were also picking it up because of a variant cover by J. Scott Campbell. Always awesome to see Rogue looking good. And on top of that, Art Germ did a Jubilee cover. And those all did pretty well for me, including, the main cover. And that was number 4. Number 3, Amazing Spider-Man, still selling well. Joe Kelly is doing good on it. This has Mike Hawthorne filling in for John Romita Jr., I think. This is kind of like an in-between Hellgate part of the story. So it felt like it was, it was a good time to have a different penciler if you're going to have it. So it fits in. And most of the book is just Peter Parker and the Shocker, one of my faves. So I was going to put this high on the list, or on the list at all. Coming in at 2, One World Under Doom. This is still doing pretty darn well for me. Ryan North is popular in my store. I don't know if he's necessarily a fan fave, but RB Silva is also a really good illustrator, and Dr. Doom is a cool villain. And this is a cool cover, which is the main cover, and I know I sold out of that, but I still have some of the other variants. And this has just been a really solid mini series, even though I hear it's not doing well. For me, it's doing great. And number 1 is not a comic book, but a graphic novel or a trade paperback, a collection. I don't know what you want to call them. I call them TPBs because, it's TPB in the system, or TP. But either way, Absolute Batman came in the zoo, the first 6 issues of the Absolute Batman series, and it was pretty much an instant sellout. I was able to sell it to some people that didn't know about it, and I'm pretty sure I have some other customers that are going to still want to, check this out. It's got great art by Nick Dragotta and Scott Snyder. He's writing the story, right? People are loving it in the store. So that is the best of last week. All right, let me turn that back on. I'm going to get rid of some of these pictures. Let me see here. I went to the comic book show. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. You can see. All right. Very busy new comic book day. So I went to the Berkeley Comic Show, which was the second time during the summer. So they kind of double sized it, or like, you know, Marvel, when they would do the summer two a month things. And I got some comic books. Oh, I had a whole bunch of other stuff. So anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to take it down in a second. I have been filling out. Jesus. There we go. I have been filling out my Spider-Man collection. I'm trying to get issues 151 to 251. And I've been tabulating it in this comic book checklist that came out. I don't know, it was like 1982 or something like that. It's got an Ernie Chan Conan. You have interior, yeah. You got this Dennis Cohen and Bob Layton, Power Man and Iron Fist in it. Pretty sweet. Let's see what's in the back. Anything? No. The back is so you can get autographs or something. Anyway, this is what my Spider-Man list is looking like. 151 is like right there. Anyway, the important part is to see how it's tabulated. And I got a couple books, but I can't remember if it's this one or the next one. So I'm going to show you. And I actually think it's not. I think these were two of the ones from before. So I got this Spider-Man 185, and I did press it just to make sure it looked a little bit better than it was. And I got Spidey 187. And the reason why I know these are probably ones that I got recently, it's because I put blue tape on them, which is a new thing. And then this one was cool. 218. Had to press that one too. Paid more than I would for a book like that, but it was resurrected, so I'm pretty happy with it. My buddy Emil, customer of the store, you got a book coming to you? He went to the show with money in hand, he said, and he came away empty. He was really upset, so he went home and did an eBay buy. And with that, we're going to have a Crack the Slab later on today. And we're going to do a Transformers wheel spin in just a few moments. But first, I should say to each... Oh, wait, let me get this off. Don't clip that. I'm going to say to each and every one of you... What the hell is it? Why did I put it all the way up here? All right.
We didn't come to borrow any money. We didn't come to borrow any dough. We didn't come to borrow any trouble. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh, hello to you, Mr. Penny. Please don't think that we are hammy. We just stopped in from Alabama. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh boy, you said it. We just stopped in to say hello. And don't forget it. We just stopped in to say hello. And I'm hello. Hello. Goodbye.
Hello. Thanks for joining us. Let me just pour this in. Illithid Lore is first up. I didn't take too long to put something out. So, man, you must have really been slumming it on YouTube today, or really wanted to get in first. Also, Joe Corallo's Kickstarter Sink to the Top is almost at its goal. That is wonderful to hear because I funded it also. I got the tier where I could get artwork done by the artist, and I'm just trying to figure out what I would want to do. We could maybe get the dog, something like that. But his book sounded really good. It's a one-shot, like 28-page story, 34-page, something like that. But it's not like a graphic novel or anything like that. And it's just a one-shot story about a guy that gets embroiled in some crazy shit after a sex party he was a prostitute for. And it's gay. But nonetheless, I think it sounds really, really cool, and I wanted to do it. I did not see a retailer tier. So unless I hate Kickstarter. I gotta say. I don't go there for almost anybody, and I went for Joe. So like if my other buddy knew that I did this, he'd be really pissed off at me. But he's doing a graphic novel, and it's like, this is for me, and it's not quite the same thing. But this sounds like a really, really cool story, and I want to support Joe and his compatriot, his artist, working on it. And, it's cool to have some books and have something to look forward to. I like when, people, I love when Amazon comes, right? I don't remember what I got because I'm ordering so many damn things, and sometimes they're packaged together and sometimes they're not, and whatever it is. And kind of like crowdfunded books are like that. I mean, sometimes crowdfunded books are like Tim Truman's Scout. Wah, wah. And I did do the retailer tier for that. And sometimes they're like that Axe Wielder John, I think that's what it was called. That one was really cool. Nick Pitara did that one. So yeah, go to Kickstarter and get synced to the top. And if you see the retailer tier, come back and let me know. But let's get Joe, let's make him some more money. Yo, Fantinuo says, hooray for comics. Well, I'll give a yippee and a Homer Simpson woohoo for them as well. All right, there you go. I like that. Hooray for comics. That's on the Bob and Dave Mr. Show sketch where it has Senator Tinkerbell. Dave has a collar on his throat, and he's getting buzzed anytime it seems like it's inappropriate humor. And Senator Tinkerbell's like, what's all this about? He's all, we got a show called Hooray for America. He's all, oh, that sounds okay. All right, I butchered it, but anybody that hasn't seen it won't know. Jilby Pill's in the other room saying hello. Cool new opening clips. Yes, this is a I don't care about making money episode. So let's copyright claim it like crazy. Let's see how they split it up amongst themselves. Let's make this successful. Maybe they'll come to me. Hi, chat, and hi, Yule. Jasper Plan 9. Well, hello, Jasper Plan 9. Dwayne Muth. Good evening, all. Or Yule. Alec Arcana. Or Arcane, sorry. I'm only a couple hours away. I've got to go on a road trip. You do got to go on a road trip. Alec, give me a call or events@fantasticcomics.net if you want to get a hold of me so I can know you as a person from the show. And, I can let you know about what features we have on what nights. Or if you want to hang out, we can make sure to get what kind of nuts you like to put in your mouth. How's your father? Good evening, Yule. Good evening to you. Walk. Stop with it. Walk. Are you ready to maybe win a Transformers variant that I think is bent up horribly? Would it be brother in common law? I don't know. I'm not his. I don't care. I've coined the term common law, so you can do it the other way and be a frickin' Pete's Coffee for all I care. Starbucks. Do you ever receive a crowdfunded book so late you forgot you backed it to begin with? I don't remember what the title is from that guy that did a magic card and was involved with some shady folks. But no, not really. I mean, I know I have one out there for, like I said, Tim Truman's Scout. That's the oldest one I have out there. I did that in like 2018. Pre-pandemic for sure, even if it was January 2019. And I was really excited because I just received a big collection, and within that collection were like all the Scouts. And it was always something I wanted to experience. I always liked Tim Truman's artwork. Hawk World. I loved Grimjack and his work on Star Slayer before he did Grimjack. And he's a really cool storyteller and everything. He did some Conans during the Kurt Busiek run. Or post Kurt. Yeah, I think it was still during Kurt Busiek. Maybe he wrote it also. Maybe it was post, but it was like during that run. And those are excellent. And just never got the new Scout. Elithalor says, sadly, yes. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Jasper Play 9. Frag is black filled. Flag, black unfulfilled. I totally got that because anybody that knows me is no, I have a big I have a short box full of Image comic books that are Extreme Studios related. And it's full. And I have a Wildstorm one, and that's full. And I think there's another one, and that might still also be Wildstorm because I put, the Top Cow shit in it. But I don't collect everything Top Cow, just 1994 Top Cow, you know what I mean? Currently waiting on one I backed from Starlin that was all ready to go to print and should be delivered by November or December 24. That's not that bad yet. I mean, that's not that bad. Oh, there you go. Are you referring to Andrew Huerta who did the card art? Yeah, totally. That guy's good art, but he's not a comic book artist. You know what I mean? It's when you weren't working and when you haven't really done comics and you're like, oh yeah, it'd be really great to apply this, but it's, you know what it is people don't know how to lay out panels. Wildstorm and Top Cow were so fun to collect. Man, I wasn't a big Top Cow fan. I feel that my favorite art of Mark Silvestri comes from his Top Cow days, his Cyberforce, but there's so little of it that like second best is his King Conan, and then you got his same face Silvestri X-Men. But I really liked his Cyberforce, and that was some hokey shit when you got Strike Force, Cyberforce, yes, Strike Force. The dude had 4 arms, right? The guy has 4 arms. You're like, oh, and 3 of them are cybernetic. Well, no shit, because who has 3 arms? On one side of their body. Stupid. It's not even Dead-Eye Duck good. Yeah, but I love the Travis Charest and Wildcats. Alan Moore. I liked his Earth story. I really didn't like his native. I forget what the name of their planet is, where they come from, but it's stupid. I didn't like the class warfare bit going on in it. But I really enjoyed the Earthside characters, which were like Cole Cash's brother, Zealot's sister, and she's kind of like an archaeological spelunker kind of cool chick. Yeah, so there you go. Let's see. Also in the Wildstorm would be Mike Grell's Shaman's Tears. And that's another thing really upsets me, because I always wanted to get into Tim Truman because he always did Native American kind of based stuff, and I kind of dig that, even though I don't like cowboy movies. But like exactly, you're saying Jonah Hex. I'll get right there. So it's really upsetting, and yeah, god damn, so upsetting. How's your father? Okay, I don't want to Google it. Did that Battle Chasers crowdfunder fulfill? I think it finally did, and then those all came out in issue form through Image. It wasn't Madruria doing the art, but it was a competent fill-in, probably better than the real thing, if you want to be honest. Jasper Plan 9. Yule Booth wants to share his Kickstarter project art for Lobdell's Kickstarter that was never fulfilled. Booth wants to share his Kickstarter project art. Ugh, I don't care. How did it get? They couldn't get it over at Image? I mean, seriously, Tom McFarlane doesn't want to print it? That's a shame that he has artwork that's not out there, but Brett Booth's got a lot of, he'll never be considered one of those Image guys that couldn't keep a schedule. He'll never be considered one of those Image guys that didn't progress. He's Brett Booth's okay. I like this Flash run. Good stuff. Jonah Hex, Two Gun Mojo by Joe R. Lansdale, Truman, and San Glanzman. Yeah, that's right. And Lobdell's project. Booth finished all art. Book not fulfilled. Just want to be clear. Yeah, I kind of figured. Booth is excellent. I agree. Probably, let's see. Like, I'm not counting Sherrist, whatever you want to, Travis Sherrist. I'm not putting him on the same list. But of those Wildstorm guys, I'm trying to think of some of the names. With the shame, this is so I'm a fan now. This is not a store owner guy. The shame of all the artists that worked during that time, especially for Image and especially Wildstorm, or maybe it was Homage at the time, was that Nick Manabat guy dying. Because that guy was the stud. You know what I mean? And maybe I should put Hooray on that, because he wasn't as good as he was, but you could see where he was going to be, and Wildstorm was like the next lily pad onto till he got on the street, and then did the stuff he does. Don't get run over. Eli, how's it going, man? Good seeing you this weekend. Oh, Booth is accessible as an interview guest. Is he really? I mean, I know he always does. I know he always does the Perch show. He does interviews with Perch, or at least he has. But maybe I should reach out. I couldn't talk some Brett Booth. I would love to talk Backlash and say it's a shame that it doesn't get used. Does DC own it? That kind of stuff. Also, oof, R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Nick Manabat. There are other guys like that. Most recently, I think Seth Fisher. He was really young and very, very good, and did more than Manabat, but didn't do enough. Not as much as you'd expect. And I mean, we're just like super robbed of all that stuff. Thankfully, guys like Ed Pisgore, he did do a lot of work, and there's still stuff out there that you can get. Richard Friend is accessible as an interview guest. What, an inker? Or is he a colorist? I'm just joking. Oh yeah, there you go. Cheriston Campbell's inkers. Also, Bachelor too for a while, right? A lot, if I'm not mistaken. Jagron, hey there, Mr. Yule. Thanks again for helping get that 3 back from SDCC. Awesome. Thank you very much. Fantinuum is the one that really sacked up and got it. So even more than me, you should thank him. But you don't need to. I just did it. Booth wants Backlash back from DC. He should get it. I think he just created a derivative, Serpent King or something. That's awesome. I also liked Tony Daniel, but he might be technically from Top Cow. Everybody started from somewhere, but where they kind of like you know them from. I think it was Top Cow he was at. So maybe not Wildstorm. That thing is going for like $300 on eBay. Oh, that 3-pack, it's sweet, man. I almost told Fantinuum that I wanted one for myself, but he got me this sweet hat, and I didn't know he was going to be able to get it. So I'm the winner right there, baby. Look at that. And then right here. And then right here. Notice I don't take off the hat. Okay. Let's do this.
Bill, spin my arm.
Come on, come on, come on! Come on, come on! I win a Winnebago. I win a Winnebago! No! So close. I spun it a little too hard.
Poor Bill. Anybody out there see the new King of the Hill? No spoilers. I know. I don't think I can do it. Too many years. We're going to share screen. And I'm going to share the Transformers screen. And what you're going to see here are the names of anybody who bought the A or B cover. All right, here we go. They only get one slot in this, so it doesn't matter if they bought A or B. And you can see I got everybody's names in there. Some people are people I haven't seen in a long time, like Fred. He's this little Brit kid that comes in, and he's really, oh man, see, I almost said the S word. He's a little crazy, but he loves his Transformers. And he might have gone on vacation or something like that. Those kind of things happen. But this is for number 14, and we're way, way far behind. Also, we've got Derek, but Derek says he's going to be back in the store from time to time in the Bay Area, so we can hold it for him. But other than that, yeah, let's just hope Fred doesn't win. All right, this is for round one, everybody. Bruce. Nice. Good job, Bruce. You worked hard for that. Let me see. I am going to be showing you guys comic book coming out tomorrow, and I've read it already. Holy cow. All right. Let's close that. Let me stop sharing. And let me just get round 2 up. So the deal with round 2 is that they also make 1 in 10 variants, so that for every 10 copies of Transformers you get, you're able to buy another one of this cover in particular. And although I get more than just a couple, only a few people really take advantage of it more often than not. I understand paying extra for a comic book is stupid, unless you really want this 1 in 50, which would have been more expensive. And you got a better chance to get in that final round. Not unlike these people. And who are these people? Well, let's find out. All right, share the screen. Yes, Cameron and Fantinuum, because Fantinuum buys the 1 in 10 variant. He is going to get a chance to get in the final round, not unlike Cameron. Good luck, boys. A 1 in 2 chance. And today, it's Cameron for the win. Congratulations, Cameron. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing again. And this is going pretty well. Let me just get this little video up. That's right. And right now I'm typing in the name Bruce. And I'm coming back here and we are going to see who wins this bent up number 14. And we're going to have to do a few of these on an episode real soon because the 24th issue of Daniel Warren Johnson's epic run comes to a close. And I can't have all these books just lying around. All right, share the screen. And we are sharing the screen now. Excellent. So Cameron and Bruce, good luck. Two former winners. Nobody's a loser here. But Bruce is the winner. All right. All right, I'm going to close that. I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to come back to us. And I'm going to say thank you very much to all the participants. I'm going to see next week who wins number 15. And for Bruce.
You will win a ha. You will win a ha.
That's right. Oh, excuse me. You are a winner indeed. I'm going to try and press that book. I don't think it's going to help it all that much, but you know what? You won. That's what's important. Jagron, that is a cool hat. So what comics got you jazzed this week? Let me tell you. Let me get rid of some of these covers from last week. And I will tell you about next week in just a second. But first, I really want to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the desktop stuff first. So let me just get those. And I'll bring the banner up. Because a Marvel comic book is coming out of the Avengers. And if you didn't know about it, you're going to need to know about it. You're going to want to know about it. Oh, come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. All right, hold on a sec. Jesus. An error occurred. Seriously? It makes no sense. Let me try one more time. I don't know what's wrong with this stupid thing. Talking about StreamYard, everybody. My goodness gracious. I'm going to play a video. And I'm going to reset my my screen while I do that. So I'll see you all on the other side. Just stick around for about a minute.
Andy Warhol and John Waters, in conjunction with Saliva Productions, present Jim Barrie's beloved children's classic, Peter Pan.
I think I see him. No, that's just a cloud. No, it's not. It's Peter.
I'm flying. Look at me way up high, suddenly here am I'm flying.
Yes, it's Divine, starring as the boy who wouldn't grow up.
I won't grow up.
I won't grow up.
I don't want to go to school.
I don't want to go to school.
Just to learn to be a parrot.
Just to learn to be a parrot.
And recite a silly rule.
And recite a silly rule.
All right. It didn't work. But you know what? It did. Whoa, that's a lot of pictures. Yeah. All right. First up, we've got Avengers: The Veracity Trap. And this is written by Chip Kidd with art by Michael Cho. And Michael Cho, if you don't know, is primarily a cover artist. And he does he does the Darwin Cook style, right? I mean, not Darwin Cook, but a guy doing a more classic style from the past that evokes those images of the past. And with the coloring and all the stuff that's going on in the book, it's good. Looks really good. Chip Kidd, he's a visual designer for books and stuff like that. He's also written books. I think it was the Cheese Monkeys I read of his that he did his first novel. And it's very much like an artist that is writing a book. So I highly recommend checking that one out. All right, The Veracity Trap. And oh boy, this one's an excellent. It starts off great. It starts off with a big old page of Loki and a bunch of monsters. It looks like Fin Fang Foom's there and all sorts of stuff. And the Avengers are fighting them. And it looks fantastic. It looks classic. It's dare I say better than Kirby, but definitely in that style. And even like in the classic Marvel books of the Silver Age, they've got these Marvel Masterwork pinups just like they had, but it kind of like, oh, you've been introduced to the character, but now you get their big old money shot of them. And Thor's in it. You just saw Loki, but my picture of Thor boned out on me. But here he is. He goes into the veracity trap that Loki has set up for him. You can see on the other side of the page there's Loki. And he goes through the veracity trap, and then he comes back and he's dumbfounded. And I love how Hulk there is just kind of scratching his head to everything that Thor is talking about. And what Thor is talking about is he realized by going and coming back that they're just cartoon characters on the page. And he talks about Bristol board, and he talks about inking, and he talks about the coloring and all the stuff and how things get sold, and how adventures have to have a continuing arc and all this other stuff. And eventually they go to where the creators are, and we meet up with Chip Kidd and Michael Cho. And it's just a real fantastic story. And, they do make mention that there are comics that do that kind of stuff. And I don't really want to give too much more away, but the ending is, if you are a fan of old Marvel comics and you like a real cool story, think about how the death of Captain Marvel kind of is continuity and kind of isn't continuity. Kind of think about, maybe you did like it, maybe you didn't like it, the 9/11 Spider-Man, the black cover comic. Just maybe you like the kid who collected Spider-Man. These aren't necessarily stories that are important to the characters for the life of the characters, but it is a distilled version of those characters, and it's so well done. It brings a tear to one's eye. And the Avengers, the Veracity Trap, I would highly recommend it. People that have a problem with any Marvel comic of today probably want to see some real super solid creators do the books and do the characters justice. And this is definitely one of those books. So $25 is not too expensive when it's going to look really, really good on your bookshelf next to all your other classic comics. And it's got Chip Kidd. I mean, it's got super cred when it comes to a bookshelf. All right. First up, we're going to start off with a comic that has been out before. It's one of those facsimiles, Batman, Harley Quinn. Is this the first introduction of her into the DC universe, I think? Paul Dini wrote this. And, you know, this was just one of those prestige things that they used to put out back in the day. Now, you know, there were $4.90, $3.95, $4.95, $5.95, $6.95. Now they're like $9.99. You know, hopefully it's as good as this. Number 2 of The Unchosen, written and drawn by David Marquez. David Marquez is writing a book, and it's over at Image. Sure is, and it looks great. I mean, the super solid work he was doing over on X-Men, he has found time to do he somehow squeezed better work out. And this is his own stuff, and it's like kind of like a super team. There's this young girl that joins them and doesn't really know too much about, you know, her stuff, and they're kind of trying to show her the way, even though, you know, shit's afoot. Unchosen, number 2. I've got number 1. Number 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This is the 3rd time they got together, and I know there's at least one Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan that's either really happy or really upset. And it might be a few other people that are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans that might be one way or the other. The only person that's going to be happy is this guy right here, me. Because I know all these fools are going to be buying it. Valiant's trying to come back, everybody. Excuse me while I cough for a sec. All right. Yeah, Bloodshot's going to be their kickoff book this time with their Valiant Beyond series. I don't know if I need to say any more. This is a cool cover. You know, it's kind of dark. Oh man, maybe they could do it this time. I don't know any of the creatives. We got Mantella, Furukawa, Masa Zuchi, Brushu Studio. I don't know any of these people. Space Ghost number 1, Volume 2 number 1 by David Pepose and whoever that Lau is guy. You know, I want to hear all the people that cried about Moon Knight starting over and Daredevil starting over, and I don't even know what else started over with the same creative teams, because this is the same creative teams. And I mean, there was just a Space Ghost annual that came out, you know what I mean? So I want to hear what those people who had problems with it, if they like Space Ghost, what they say about it here. Me, on the other hand, it's number 1, and it's kickoff for, you know, anybody that didn't get the old series. And wow, what a cover. I mean, I've never seen blood in a Space Ghost before. Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck by Jason Aaron. Mahmoud Asrar is doing art along with Kevin Coley and others. This is one of Jason Aaron's best things he's doing right now are these Uncle Scrooge and, you know, yeah, the Uncle Scrooge books, I guess, is what he's doing. And I think one of them is going to be a multi-part series. I'm not quite sure why there's a whole Han Solo aspect to the cover, but it does look pretty cool. Blood and Thunder number 4. Not a big seller, but I got bunches of number 1 and 2, and I hear it's pretty good. It's Skybound, and if you're looking for something from the Robert Kirkman, let's call it his banner, you know, his you know, we used to get we're talking about Wildstorm, we're talking about Extreme, we're talking about Top Cow, we're talking about Shadowline. Well, you know, Skybound was there from the very beginning. Just joking. Skybound's there. And, you know, Robert Kirkman, he doesn't bowl a lot of gutter balls. You know, he probably has a better success rate than Remender, but he doesn't put out as many different things as Remender either. Having said that, I think you might want to check this out. It does sound good. Kind of weird seeing this lady with a big old bald spot, though, like that. Shave, do it like Michael Jordan showed us, lady. Just shave it all off. You know what I mean? Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman #3. It says it all there on the cover. Gods and corgis. I haven't been reading this. I don't believe this is truly canon. How do you like that? I figure they're going to figure out a way to not make this canon because it hasn't happened yet, so it doesn't matter to me yet. But I know there's people that like it, and I'm not denigrating it. It's just this is how I look at it when I see a book like this. So I don't need to go any farther. And if you're like me, you shouldn't. But if you like Tom King and Belen Ortega, who does really good, appealing artwork, I would highly recommend it, at least for those reasons. And if you're like a Wonder Woman fanatic, you got to. Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice. I read the first issue of the first volume, and now we're on the second issue of the second volume. It was good. I just don't care. It kind of is like that Trinity for me. But I know there's a lot of people that like it and will read anything Batman or want to read something Batman without reading anything, continuity Batman. So this really will tickle you in a bunch of different ways, especially if you like the Superman aspect. Oh, well, I guess the last one was the Kryptonian Age, and now we're A League for Justice. But you get my drift. Got all that Smallville shit on the front. Bring on the bad guys. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Is Bianchi, is he really doing the artwork for this one? At least on the cover. I don't usually care about Red Skull stories, but I know this is more of a continuing thing that's going on. So if you've been reading any of the other Bring on the Bad Guys, you need to. Me, I haven't. So, I know how it's selling. Y'all like it, so that's good. Conan the Barbarian. Oh, shoot. It doesn't have the number on it, does it? Let me see. Take that banner down. Oh, take that banner down. I don't know what number this is. 24, I think. 23 or 24, something like that. Let's do that. All right. Jim Zub. And I can't remember who's doing the art right now. Braithwaite. It looks good, though. Predator kills the Marvel Universe. I love when there's a Conan and a Predator book. Marvel dropped the ball on that one. And, well, there you go. Predator kills the Marvel Universe. You've asked for it. You finally got it. I can't wait till it's God. Oh, wait, Godzilla's killing. Maybe, what if we could have Godzilla versus Predator? Now, that would be something. All right. Giant-sized X-Men #2. All right. There you go. I actually had somebody coming in asking about it. Well, when is that coming out? Well, here you go. It's out. It says Kubert on art. What if it was the daughter Kubert? I don't know. Daughter of who? Which one? Andy and Adam always confuse me. What if it was actually one of them doing the art inside? Is there a different Kubert I don't know about? I'll know more tomorrow. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, #1. This is a black label, normal-sized comic book by Ice Cream Man's W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Marazzo, who's done other things like She Could Fly, and I can't remember what else, but I think 2 things is enough, right? I'm excited. I'm excited finding out about what some independent people are going to be bringing to the Superman universe. And I mean, it's Black Label. So again, if you're kind of like, so here I am, something that isn't necessarily continuity. I'm railing against things that aren't continuity. I do like when people that are independent come over and do something that affect the DC universe. Case in point, when we had Tim Truman come over and do Hawkman, or Hawk World, I should say, that was, brought into the DCU. That was a part of it. And it was like, wow, this is so different and neat, and people wanted more of it. And so there was more of it. This already is labeled black. And I don't know. Does that really mean success? But I'm still excited because, like I said, we're going to get some independent people working on the book, and I'm down. Bug Wars number 6, the other Jason Aaron book that's really popular in my store. And actually, I hear a lot of people outside the store like it too. This is the end of what I guess is the first volume of Bug Wars. And thankfully, since I haven't read it and it is going to be collected, that means there's going to be more. So I can get excited when number 7 comes out, hopefully after the trade, which I'm sure is exactly how it's going to work. And since I sold out of the other issues, I kind of need to wait for it. Green Lantern Corps number 7. This is very important for anybody that goes into a comic book store. I assume, regardless of talent, that Green Lantern Corps sells worse than the Green Lantern comic book. And depending on how much it sells different, you're going to have to be careful because your comic store might not have got as many of this second part of the Starbreaker story, the Starbreaker Supremacy. This is part 2. And the first part started in Green Lantern number 25, which is number 1, a centennial issue, 25. So that makes it important. It had multiple covers. So that makes it more important. And it was double-sized. And it had a glow-in-the-dark cover even. And it was part 1 of this story. So if your comic store is anything like mine, they might not have ordered as many of this because I just didn't. You're going to have to force me to pick it up for you. And, I'm not going to kill my business for something that you don't want to read, So you gotta let me know. Or maybe you didn't realize you're going to have to buy this. So you're going to have to be put on the list. So either way, give me a call or give your store a call and make sure you get Green Lantern Corps number 7. That was a long spiel that, for you to get that book. Aquaman number 8. I could do the same thing with this that I just did with the other one. Both written by the same guy. Both really good looking books, good reading books. I like Jeremy Adams a lot. But Aquaman, you know what I mean? I'm not even caught up with this one. And I'm telling you it's good. So there you go. Supergirl number 4. Written and drawn by Sophie Campbell, yeah. It also features other characters. Lena Luthor. Spider-Man and Wolverine number 4. Yeah, I don't know about guest, but different artists than Kari Andrews. Great cover. This has been a hot series, and I've really been enjoying it. Did you know that Wolverine killed Spidey's parents? What a jerk. Even if he says he didn't know anything about it. It looks like it's Rafa Sandoval, who is good. So hopefully this issue will be as good as the last one. Spawn number 367. Sometimes you just got to follow Spider-Man with Spawn. Even if Spawn precedes Spider-Man on the shelf. Batman Dark Patterns. Got a lot of love in the store for this book. People are really enjoying it. And I hear it's something I probably should be reading. I will be waiting for the collection. I expect that to sell well then also. The way this is going, Dan Waters is writing it, and I think it's Hayden Sherman on artwork, who also does Absolute Wonder Woman. So good on Hayden Sherman. All right, now we got Magic number 8. Magic, I don't read. I don't have enough time to read books I want to read, and although Magic is a character I dig, she's probably best for a team book and not a solo book. But I want to let everybody know there's also going to be a J. Scott Campbell cover. I'll let that sink in for just a second. All right. Now, Batman Dark Patterns. Oh, no, wait. All right, we did all those. All right, very good. Now we're at Daredevil number 24. I know I got people that like it. I'm not reading it, but that's cool. Daredevil. Batman and Robin number 24. There's people that really like this book. I'm not one of them reading it. Philip Kennedy Johnson is the writer, and I do really enjoy his Hulk. But, I got to read the Avengers The Veracity Trap first, and something's got to suffer. And unfortunately, it's got to be Batman and Robin for me, but not for you. Fantastic Four number 2. I loved the first issue. I thought it was really good. Ryan North tells a good story. And for anybody that's coming from the movie and wants to read something, even if it has that moniker, One World Under Doom, you just need to know that Doom has done something to the Fantastic Four so that they're not in the situation. They're in a totally different one. And boy, was the whole situation foobar at the end of the first issue. So how's Sue gonna pull everything together? We'll find out hopefully in that issue, the next issue, or maybe it won't take too long. Nobody wants a cliffhanger to last too many issues. Action Comics, what is that? 1089. Love the cover. Maybe I should get in on this one. I really hated the very first issue by Mark Waid and can't remember what her first name is. Margaret Patridge. It's something like that. Megan Patridge. I've liked her art in the before, but I just hated everything about that first issue of Action. And then I had people buy me out of the second issue. I had a reorder for people that asked me to get it for them. I feel like I really screwed up, and maybe I wasn't giving it its proper due. Mark Waid has written many a good book in the past, even by someone who doesn't love Mark Waid, like me. I can admit that. His Fantastic Four is awesome. It goes, Stanley Kirby, or really Kirby with Stan Lee, John Byrne, and then probably the Mark Waid, Roy Ringo stuff, if you ask me. And then Hickman, or maybe Hickman, then Waid and Ringo. But that's only because Hickman is Hickman. Anyway, Action Comics. This is the third part of the new Mark Waid story. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 3 by Dennis Camp. I hear people, and maybe someone, Jagron, you can eloquently, in just a few words, explain why you're in love with Dennis Camp. I mean, not in love with his work. But he's selling well. The Ultimate Incursion is doing really well, and I really don't have a lot of fear if he's the one involved in the finishing up of the Ultimate Universe, even though there's going to be an Ultimate Hawkeye coming out. So what's really going to end? X-Men number 20, Jed McKay, Netho Diaz. Netho Diaz is an up-and-coming artist. I think that person does some pretty good artwork, and I enjoy Jed McKay's X-Men, even if I am a few issues behind. Transformers number 23. Well, I already let you know that the penultimate issue is coming out tomorrow. Daniel Warren Johnson ends at 24. Jorge Corona will take a break, but then Robert Kirkman on issue 25 will start writing, and Dan Mora of of Superman, of Justice League, of all sorts of things for DC fame, and other things that can't. What did he do? Klaus, with Grant Morrison. He's really solid artist, and I'm sure him. Probably Kirkman backing up a truckload of money to get him to do some issues. Should look pretty good though. And lastly, going back to Dennis Camp, Ultimates number 15. Wow, that is a lot of comic books that are coming out. And once again, let's end with like a top comic book in the store. This is a cigarette book. It's an ongoing series, and Dennis Camp has 3 books. I don't usually put miniseries, but I have been putting the Ultimate Incursion up also. He has that and Martian Manhunter, Absolute Martian Manhunter. All cigarette books, Dennis Camp. So don't blame me. Blame my customers. They're the ones that drive that. It's not my fault. All right, that's new comic books for next week. We've got a I don't have these very often, so I can't do it the right way. But I think it's time to go to our next segment because, we're running late already.
Good.
That's right. We've got Captain America in the comics number 73. There's Captain America. What is that? Liberty Bell? Is that her name? Or is that JSA? Is that a Toro or something? I don't know. Oh, they look like they're on fire. Anyway, it was just candles. And the Outcast of Time, Captain America. Anyway, this book came out in 49. The last page was missing. Does not affect the story, but it's incomplete. And as a result, along with the condition of the book, it's a 0.5. But we know that our boy is really into these Marvel Timely books, especially if Bill Everett's involved. But I don't think he is. But that's a Captain America, and we're going to crack this out of the slab. There's no reason for it to be. The thing that makes it bad is that the page is missing. Not necessarily the condition of the book, even though, you can see some chipping and the spine doesn't look beautiful. But hey, let's crack it out anyway, because, comics were meant to be touched and put in bags to never be touched again. But first, now you can have daring, newest look beauty with all-in-one, the Trilet. You get the uplift bra, the waist nipper, and the garter belt. And then you got a picture here of you being all frumpy in this dress right here in 1949. Be smartly strapless or wear straps also included. There you go. That's what Boys Comics had for advertising in the back. Interesting. All right. That seems pretty easy, this one. I can just get my hand out of the plastic. just crack. And just like that, another book has been taken out of a slab, and eventually, I mean, I could always do it for you, Emil, if you want. Just slide it right out right after you snip it. And that was a slab that was cracked. All right. We got to free these things from their prisons, you know what I mean? There's a lot of videos that I saw on the YouTube with people saying, well, like Swaggle and he's talking about PSA, the new grading company. And it's like, God, we're going to go through this all over again. Stick around. That's right. It's almost the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to get to your comments in just a second, so make sure you get something up. Let me know what you are interested in tomorrow. And if you are going to leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of the show, or maybe what you might want me to talk about. Maybe a guest you might want me to try and get, like Brett Booth. I'd be interested to know, and sometimes I'll read your mail if I can bring up a topic, or maybe even make a video. It's happened. It's been known to happen. It's happened. But yeah, so there you go. And I also want to thank, so anyway, leave a comment down below, hit the bell for notifications, and subscribe and thumbs up and all that stuff. They say it's important. If I ever wanted to really, be a YouTuber for real, I'd really be hammering it and have a whole lot of hateful things I say about stuff. Let me let you all know that I also want to thank our patrons out there. Thank you very much. I don't know necessarily what your situation is out there, but I really appreciate it. I know a few bucks isn't that much. The price of a comic book, $5, $10, something like that. It affords me the possibility to be able to get a slab here and there to crack. Something that I am able to put towards the Transformers thing, so that we can have it paid for, so that I can get those extra comics, and so I can get the 1 in 50 variants, which is not always a thing that a small store like mine would normally do. So that kind of stuff. It goes towards StreamYard, which the bill's coming up, but I think looking at how it's going, it's not really that big a bill because of help with people like you. And you might not be buying comic books anymore, and maybe this is just your way of helping out the store, or you just like the show. So join our Patreon. But if not, we've got Substack, we've got the show. Just come on into the store, buy a book. That's always the best way. But you can't be seen all the time, and you don't want to be like this guy.
My last name is Costanza. That's Italian. So you and I are kind of like countrymen, huh?
Paisanos!
$6.50 your change. Yes. And I always take care of my paisanos. So here's a little something.
Antonio!
Sì!
Vieni qua! Questa miserabile patron...
That's right. You don't want to be like that guy. You want to be seen. So that's where Patreon really comes in. And sometimes there is actually something for the patrons of Patreon. Not often, but sometimes. Again, if I was doing this more, then I'd be doing that a whole lot more. And if all I know is this: if I was really doing it, we'd be the best. It's a lot like the store. If we were just not the store, we'd be the best. If we weren't this show, if it wasn't this guy, I actually want to read that new Black Label series, Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum. Amen. I don't know if that counts as the foray into the summer of Superman, but Superman proper is amazing. I love that book. Holy shit. The Legion of Darkseid came over, and he's like, Imra. And she's like, oh, it's been so long since I've been called that. And she's a freak, man. It ain't good. It ain't good at all. This is not good at all. Jagran also says, I'm still bummed with how it seems how the Ultimate Universe is still going. Well, I don't know about that. But again, I just put in orders for Hawkeye #1. And oh my God, Ultimate Hawkeye #1 looks really good too. So don't believe everything you're reading. I mean, because it can't be ending at 24. 24 is right around the corner for some of those books. So what are they going to have, a 3-issue miniseries of Hawkeye? It's still going to go on past 24. And also, Elithidor says, or that was Elithidor, and also says $25 for a 48-page book for Veracity Trap is too much. We crowdfund that shit all the time, though, for less. Oh, what, stickers? You know? This is the boutique book without having to pay for an extra $10 for shipping. And yeah, sure, sometimes those other books are 64 pages, but they're 64 pages with extra artwork or processed pages, shit like that. I hear you, though. I hear you. It is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. Again, it's not every day you get Michael Cho drawing a book, and it's beautiful. And it's not every day you get people. Like, comics are always trying to, like, comics always get on their knee for everybody that's willing to come slum it over in comic books. There's very few people, I feel like. I don't think everybody that's come from outside of comics really likes comics. How you like that? But then we get Chip Kidd, who does. I mean, you know he does. And it's a pretty darn good story. And it's you know what I meant? Go to your library. It'll be a good library book. How's that? Because it should be in your library. I gotta deal with libraries. We'll never forgive Aaron for the Axis event. Well, no, that wasn't him. That was Remender, I thought. Jason Aaron did Fear Itself, right? That's the one he did. But they also were all together on AVX and some of the other stuff. Elithidor says Conan 23. There you go. And also, Camp is doing great with Absolute Martian Manhunter. I like that first issue a lot, and I got, again, a lot of people. Ultimates were really good. It got a lot of people in that weren't reading comics and reading other Ultimate books as a result. But then Absolute came in, and it was like, whoa. They just said, they took steam like Marvel used to take steam, you know? And it was pretty amazing. It's crazy that Kirkman is going to pay more enough to go exclusive to Transformers. I don't know. Is it exclusive or is it just 6 issues? Starting next year anyway. Well, Kirkman he's got Hollywood money, man. I mean, whenever they do Transformers something new, Kirkman's name's got to be involved, you would think. I mean, Walking Dead was a phenomenal success in television. Invincible is doing amazing for Amazon. And I'll let you know, I got people that do not shop for comic books that are coming into the store for Invincible books. And people I've been serving for years are buying Invincible for the first time. I mean, what's next? Am I going to be selling The Dark Knight Returns? I've been selling Invincible since issue number 1 came out, back when I worked at Comic Relief. You got to ask me to get Battle Pope in, though. How's your father? Says, it's too bad your favorite Herb Trimpe isn't alive for you to interview. He died 10 years ago. Amen. You know, I don't hate Herb Trimpe. Just don't love him. Space Ghost 1 playing through. Enjoyed 1 through 12 and Annual 1. Great read, Dwayne Moose says. Excellent. Oh, Jesus. Elithalor. That bounced on me. Time for you all to live stream WWPLEs. Hell no. And not only that, you know what? Let's do this really quick. Let's do this. All right, the Wrestling Minute. WWE signed a they signed their pay-per-views, their PLEs or whatever you want to call them. Maybe they'll call pay-per-views again, to ESPN Plus. For $29.95 a month, you have to buy ESPN Plus. Did you know they have a channel called The Ocho? I don't know really much about ESPN anymore, but there's no way I'm going back to paying more than $10 for WWE. And you already know I wasn't paying $10 for WWE anyway. I'm out. Man, that's your wrestling. I mean, you know, I'm glad that, you know, Cena's going to go out face. And it was cool what they did, but I don't know, did the belt change hands? I heard CM Punk got cashed in on after he actually won the belt. So that's some stuff. Seth Rollins faked an injury, and now maybe possibly Karrion Kross is being faked, let go of the company. Chances are he'll go over to TNA and just kind of bounce back every now and then. There ain't no way I'm live streaming PLEs unless I can't think of anything I could think of. Who would I want to stream it with? The comments down below. All new Ultimate Universe slate of number ones. There you go. Exactly. Who's going to be involved? We'll see. Invincible and Battle Beast. Yeah, there you go. And lastly, my younger relatives, Gen Alpha, are only familiar with comic book characters because of Fortnite. They didn't even want to see Superman or FF. How's your father? No. Fortnite's very important. You know? What can I say? Eventually it will catch up. Comic books might be sooner than later one of the cheapest alternatives for entertainment. And we might not be scoffing at that 48-page, $25 book soon. And in some cases, we haven't already. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us today. I'll see you next week. Promise. Be careful out there and be safe and buy some comic books. Bye.
Lucy and Ramona cruising through the jungles of L.A. streets, looking for a disco, passing up the treats from a kid named Cisco, trying to make connections with their blemish-free complexions, and just as fate would have it, ended up with Sunset Sam. Sam was selling watches from a suitcase on a TV tray. And Lucy and Ramona were trying to figure out if he was gay. The three of them were standing, staring at each other, when the light behind their eyes blew each other's cover. The ancient code was branded, and each of them was handed a ticket to their kingdom, 'cause they saw their brother Sunset Sam. Sunset Sam. Lucy was from Compton, and she met Ramona at the zoo. Ramona was from Brooklyn. She left when she was 22. Sam was a native of the Arizona desert, but he split when he was slated for some governmental make-work. Their differences subsided when the common bond was sighted. They were all from the same place that made the famous